My next guest tonight is a very funny guy who's a frequent visitor here at Late Night. Please welcome our pal and our buddy, Mr. Marc Maron. Let me give people the backstory. We're very glad you could be here tonight.
I was talking to Vander Holyfield. I'm renting a room in his house.
Very nice. He has space for you, huh? We should tell people you were supposed to be here 2 weeks ago.
That's right.
During Passover,
right.
But and you were booked to be on the show.
Right.
But
and Jackie Chan had to do another backflip, so
Jackie Chan went long with his Passover bit, and so you didn't make it on the show that night. We felt bad. You're back now.
And you want to talk about the holidays.
Well, did you have a good Passover? Because we didn't get to talk about it.
Well, you know, it's weird. I had a good Passover, but I think that, I think the Christians are getting a bad dossier on the Jews. I think there's some misinformation going around, and I want to clear some stuff up. So
good.
I'll start with holidays. Like, for instance, the Jews have Passover, and you Christians have whatever it is you do with the bunny. Oh, yeah.
You make that sound so dirty.
But we're the ones with the freaky rituals. You know, hey, go find the colored eggs, kids. Then you can eat a chocolate rabbit. Yeah, the Jews are the weirdos. You know? Hey, sit on the fat guy's lap and ask him for free stuff. Yeah. We're the freaks.
We didn't say you were freaks.
Hey, and if you don't know what Passover is, it's a ritual dinner. We have a service, then there's a meal, then there's a sacrifice of a Christian baby, and then dessert. See, look, even some of them are laughing, others are going, I've heard that. You see what he's doing? Is he's telling the truth, and he's twisting it, trying to make it funny. He's manipulating the truth like a Jew.
I don't think one person said that.
Oh, I think the guys with the yarmulkes are saying that right up there.
Yeah, we have an all-yarmulke crowd tonight.
Yeah, the two guys with the yarmulkes are sitting there going, he's not a real Jew.
They follow you everywhere, don't they?
Yeah, just to keep my conscience in
check.
Yeah.
Now, I know you work out. You're health conscious.
A little bit. You know, it comes and goes.
Do you eat the health food?
Well, it was weird. I was in Los Angeles, and I was with my friend Jack, and we're driving around. We'd done some drinking the night before. And you know when you're hungover and you start driving around, everything's a little foggy, and you're...
Nah, I don't know.
Come on, you know.
No idea what you're talking about.
But he's like, we're sitting there hungover. We didn't know what to do. He goes, we ought to get something to eat. You know what I want? He goes, I want a healthy shake. And I'm like, yeah, how about the one that'll like erase 15 years of self-destructive behavior? Have they got that shake yet? The one that'll regrow my lungs? Well, they have got those yet? But you go to health food stores, you never see healthy people there. You always see some guy at the counter going, do you have any aloe for my track marks?
Oh.
You know? And I'm always thinking, hey, do a shot of wheatgrass. Maybe your teeth will grow back, you know? The compassion that comes out of me, folks. Isn't it too much?
It is too much. Now, you enjoy life in the city? Do you enjoy New York? Is this your town?
Well, Giuliani's he's giving me the creeps a little bit.
Mayor Giuliani? Why is he creeping you out?
Well, I think for a couple of reasons. I think he's making, New York safe for the boring people. You know what I mean? It's like, let's get rid of the artists and the writers and just leave it open for, like, sort of rich robots who walk their kids and their dogs on leashes, you know? But also, he's putting cameras all over the place. I mean, look around, man.
It's a TV studio.
And whatever you got to tell yourself, Conan, you know what I mean?
This is all for Giuliani right here.
Yeah, you watch. Something's going to go down afterwards when I leave. You know?
Where do you live in Queens, right?
Paranoid? Andy, try and laugh in context.
I'm sorry, I can't help it. I find certain things funny.
Yeah. Don't touch him.
Sorry.
You live in Queens, right?
Yeah.
Stop rubbing me. Queens, you like that?
Queens is all right, except that I had mice in my apartment. And, I really thought at the beginning, I look under the sink, there was hair and poop, and I was like, you know what, if he just stays under there, we can cohabitate. I can live with that. I can be at one with the animal world, you know? And then, like, I woke up one morning and there were little mouse turds on top of the refrigerator. All right?
That's just malicious.
Yeah, right. But my problem was I couldn't figure out how we got up there. So I had this weird reaction, this sort of confused hatred of a baffled rube. I was like, you did something I don't understand. You must die now, And then I had to figure out how do you kill a mouse, you know, because I'm sort of a wuss, you know what I mean? And
Really?
Yeah, a little bit. I call up my friend, the vegetarian, John, and I go, what should I do? He goes, well, you got to get these traps where you catch them, and it doesn't kill them, and then you go let them go somewhere else. And I'm like, look, I'm not that humanitarian. I'm not going to do mouse relocation. You know, I'm not going to find them a nice mouse project somewhere, you know?
Right.
So I had to do the sticky trap.
The sticky, I've heard of the glue trap.
It's awful. Yeah. It's awful, you know, and like it took me 3 nights to get it out, you know, because I'd put it down, then I'd just picture him like, you know, and I'd run back out, like, you can't do it, you know. And finally, I laid it down. I said, you know, I got to be a man about this. It's just a mouse.
Right.
So I put it out, and I came home, and sure enough, there he was, stuck on it, you know. But I just owned up to it. I picked it up, you know, and he was sitting there like, you know, and it was, you know, but it was bonding. It was like the end of a Western. You know, I looked at him, he looked at me. It was sort of like, you know, we both knew it was coming to this.
Right.
But the better person, you know, the better animal is going to win.
Right.
And I swear to God, the mouse looked at me and went, and I realized I could have been Doolittle. You know, I could have had an axe. I could have toured with the mouse. You know, and
he was just humoring you. He didn't really understand
give him his
you.
last meal of a little peanut and suffocate him to death.
Now, I know you're...
That's the funny part, right? Suffocate to death. Funny.
When the animal dies.
This is only getting funny.
Yeah.
I actually thought it would be sort of interesting to bring the mouse out on the sticky paper as part of the act. What do you think that would go over?
They wouldn't really like that. They're just being nice.
Yeah.
Before we go, I know you're a computer guy. Is that something? I'm computer phobic. I cannot do computers. I'm afraid of them. But you're good at it?
Not really, but I'm trying to use it. You know what I mean? Like, I was planning a trip to Hawaii, and you can go right on the travel sites. You know, I went right on, I made reservations on United Airlines site, and then I went to the bed and breakfast site from Hawaii and saw my bed and breakfast, saw my room at the bed and breakfast. I went to the tourist information site, downloaded maps, pictures of indigenous animals, fauna. 4 hours. You know, I went back to the United flights, canceled my reservation. I already took the trip. You know what I mean? I saw everything I needed. Popped open a can of pineapple and just sat there and enjoyed it. You know?
You were happy.
Yeah.
You're a happy man. That's the important thing. All right. You're performing at the Paramount Theater in Seattle on April 23rd.
Next week.
I'm not asking you. I'm telling you.
Thank you. Yeah, because I didn't know where I was going.
That's where I'm sending you.
It.
Yeah. So, folks, check him out there. Mr. Marc Maron. Thank you very much for being here. Marc Maron. We'll take a little break. Folks, when we come back, the Latin Playboys are going to be with us.